07/26. The next day. They fucking did it so hard that they couldn't swim back because they ran out of stamina, so they just camped out on the beach on the island. Huh? You went out to the island? Yes, the triumphal arch was quite the loss, you could say. Triumphal arch was a joke. Triumphal arch was a joke. What the? So it was after all. Back in the water once the typhoon passed, eh? You two were quite the adventurous bunch. Was anyone there? Thankfully not. But maybe there should have been, so that it could have sped along the hate scene. Because I don't want another fucking hour-long hate scene. Fuck you. No, it was empty. The beach as well. Right. Well, it must have been pleasurable. I know they're going to take it the wrong way. And I can definitely see Hamada knowing exactly what they did on the island. But pleasurable? Huh? She's probably... It's either she knows, and she's teasing them, or she doesn't know. And let's just hope for them, for their sake, that she will never acknowledge that she does know if she does. Well, yes, it was most pleasurable. What am I saying? Wow. Oh, was that karate? I would never expect I would have never expected a chop like that. My old lady voice is gradually declining in quality. Through every time I speak, it wasn't great the first time I tried, but like, you know, it was better. Well, if it was empty, then it'd be like your private beach. Of course, that'd feel great. Like I said, if she knows, she's teasing them. So that's what she meant, obviously. Like always, we took a quick swim and headed home. Hirohime suddenly placed her hand on my side. Huh? Did what? Oh. I completely forgotten about it. So I honestly didn't know what she meant at first. That little chop couldn't hurt me. I said it like it wasn't anything serious, but Yorihime had a troubled look on her face. Hmm? I don't know. I don't want to be like the household's infallible king or anything, you know. Yorihime complimented men nicely. Wait, Yorihime complimented men nicely, or me rather, with her supportive personality, and that made me happy. But that certainly didn't mean I think she should walk 3 steps behind me or anything. Well, she may have never used violence or had a need to. But in a sense, she did something a lot scarier than that. Yeah, she blew up her house because of a cockroach, and it's your fault. It's like that. This whole incident could have been avoided if you just disposed of the cockroach before she woke up. So, you have no one but yourself to blame for this one. Because you knew she would that she would probably freak the fuck out. You just didn't know how much. No, he was thinking it though. I mean, he wasn't thinking anything. No, nothing. Well, you know, I wrapped my arms around her as I spoke. I think it might be an indication of how much our relationship has deepened. Let's just say, after she comes back from her world, I think, and she won't have her wind powers anymore, her house won't get destroyed by her powers accidentally again. You know? You're saying it like that is a little corny, but I think that's the case. Our usual exchanges even started flowing more naturally than when we met, or reunited rather. Our usual exchanges even started flowing more naturally than when we met. Huh? The fuck are you on? What are you talking about? She even laughed out loud now. And that was a big change among others. Yorihime sunk into my embrace. It's like, yeah, no shit you're going to interact with each other better. You've been talking to each other every day for the past fucking month and a half. Like, what do you mean? Yorihime continued with a more relaxed, dreamy tone. Yeah, I think so too. Or else I'll do more than karate chop your side. Yeah, point taken. As I always knew, it was best not to anger her. I could tell even in the fading light that her face was getting red. Yeah, believe me, the feeling's mutual. I gulped before I gulped back some drool. I don't know if the mic picked that up. We made love yet again not long afterwards. No exhaustion from yesterday, a distant memory. Bro, they are going at it like fucking rabbits. They have mentioned how much sex they've had with each other more times than Karen and him did. Like, we have confirmation that they have done it multiple times outside of H scenes. Meanwhile, in Karen's route, they barely bring it up outside of H scenes. Like, outside of like the whole foreplay teasing thing to get them into the H scene, transitioning into the H scene as well. Eight. 1. This is lockdown time. Lock-in time. It was August. The deep summer crowds were here, and it was quite the scorcher. This heat makes you just want to cannonball into the ocean. You can do that in a pool because you can immediately go to the deep part of the pool. with an ocean, you kind of have to go somewhere deeper. You kind of have to go to like a cliffside or somewhere where there's a... what's the word? A piece of land that goes further into the ocean that... it's not... I mean, you could also do it with a dock, right? But I was thinking more of a natural land formation, like a cliffside or something of the sort. Not as steep, you know? Whatever. We had a brief customer drought, so we went out onto the sand to attract some. I kind of feel bad having you two toil away every day. A young couple like you wants to enjoy themselves, I bet. Through sex. Like what you had on the island. I mean, I definitely don't. I mean, I don't know what I'm... You definitely didn't have sex on the island, right?
いえいえ、とんでもないです。お約束ですからね。夏休みの最後まで精一杯働かせていただきます。
You're such a good girl. If this meddling squid wasn't here, I'd introduce you to my grandson. Let's just say, as unqualified as Yuta is to be married to Yorihime, I think your grandson is less qualified than even him. Meddling? Oh, just kidding. Well, looking at it fairly, Yuta's way more upstanding than my grandson. She even fucking Hamada knows how shit her grandson is.
とても素敵な旦那様ですよ。
Hmm? Oh, so you two already promised to get married. Yeah, as much as they talk about how they're husband and wife, they haven't really consummated it through outside of sex. I mean, wah, I can't do it with old woman voice. Wah, but still, you love highlighting his good points, like a wife would. A good wife. You get along, that's for sure. But hey, is the reason you're working so hard to save up for a wedding? No, she has enough money. She's doing it for different reasons.
いえ、それもあるんですが。
What? Seriously? It was the first I've heard of it. And I glanced at her from my peripheral vision. She looked as innocent as ever.
浜田さんはカンナビ地区はご存知でしょうか?
Yeah, I do. I'm from there, actually. Of course you are. I got married and moved here. What about Kannabi? Yorihime explained our plan to save the money as an offering to complete the Shimenawa for Mount Kannabi. I can guarantee she also participated in the event. Oh my! Hamada murmured, a mixture of amazement and appreciation in her voice.
あ、いらっしゃいませ。お客様です。
Like if Yuna's, I don't know why I was blanking on her name. If Yuna's dad knows about the event, Hamada definitely knows about the event. Yeah. Hamada seemed interested and returned to the conversation once the customers left. So, you're gonna do it this year? The Shimenawa making event?
Hi.
I remember being mortified that it suddenly stopped. Well, I guess I have no claim, having left the village and all. Either way, I'm happy you're reviving it. What is my old lady voice becoming? Well, when is it then?
9月23日です。
Okay, maybe I'll take the chance to go check in on my hometown.
ぜひそうしてくださいな。
But wow, Hamada squinted and looked inquisitively at Yorihime. Why did you decide to get involved with that, like that? I went with the story we had built up. Oh! She nodded, impressed, not doubting any part of it. There's a good chance for it to continue indefinitely, not just this year.
Hi.
That would be the best outcome, yes. Well, I guess we have nothing to worry about. Not with you at the helm, Yori. Is she going to be at the helm? You won't?
いえ、ダメということはないのですが。
She definitely won't next year. The thing is, she has to go back to her hometown for a year. But she would be able to come back and be the... What's the word? She would be at the helm next year as well, I think. If they have enough money and they... whatever. Yorihime spoke apprehensively.
そうですね。私、来年からもできる限りお手伝いするつもりです。
Okay, no, I was thinking of the right thing, where she's going back earlier than she needs to. Wait. I'm kind of blanking on the whole reason why she's going back, even though it was not that long since we viewed that scene. Whatever. Yeah, counting on you. So, about what you were saying for saving for a marriage.
結婚資金というと大げさでした。ただ、必要なことではあるんです。
Well, yeah, we need all the money we can get.
いえ、あるものをご用意してもらいたいんです。私が戻ってくるときに。
Oh, okay. What?
それは今度、カンナビに出向いた日にでもお伝えします。
Because, like, she's going to leave after she tells everyone in Kanabi Ward that she's going to leave, and after they make enough money to buy the materials for the rope, so that they can do the event smoothly without her there, because she'll be gone for a year, so that she can come back and do the event next year. Yeah. Okay. Is it related to Kanabi Ward somehow? I figured I'd understand on the day, so I didn't bother asking.
ですので、もしお金が余ったら、それのために取っておいてくださいね。
Alright. Let's give it our best tomorrow at work.
ゆうたさんは初日からずっと頑張っていますよ。
Having a job is more fun than I thought. Well, that's because I have my cutie wife with me. That's what I was thinking. Work would not be as fun without someone there to motivate you. AKA his fucking wife. If it was just him, I don't know if he would have the same motivation. She laughed happily and cuddled against my arm. 8:31. Oh. Oh yeah, just a light casual 30-day time skip. And then in the blink of an eye, it was the last day of summer break. Maybe we should wrap up earlier today. What, we should? The shop was packed as if everyone was getting their final fill of summer. I feel bad for making you kids work right up until the last second of your break. Well, thank you. No, I'm the one who should be grateful. She then looked over to Yorihime serving customers with the same diligence as always. I followed her gaze and I felt like it was the final snapshot of summer for me. Actually, I forgot when the event starts. Because I know that the deadline is the end of August, because that's when the materials that they are buying will be at the correct ripeness or whatever. Right, there'll be the correct greenness of rice stalk that they'll be purchasing so they can make the rope as green as possible for aesthetic purposes. Not like... Not enough people go up to that shrine, man. I'm just gonna say it. This is why I'm suggesting you just put the rock down onto the bottom of the mountain. It would justify why you have to make the rope look so fucking green. Thanks to you two, the shop was booming this year. I think it was just thanks to Yorihime. This is basically just a hobby of mine, but it's not like I enjoy seeing the tumbleweeds roll by. With everybody in the squid have a special power. Stop saying squid. A Squid Game. Oh, it was also my last chance to make ramen with this old lady, joking side by side. She was often a handful, but it was impossible to hate her. She's a good boss. A bit, laissez-faire, but, better than average. Better than most bosses, I keep saying As she promised, we finished up at 2 p.m.
もうですか?
She said we should at least be able to enjoy our last day off.
あら、それはありがとうございます。
For what? It's an hourly wage. No work, no pay, She claimed it was only a hobby, but she was tough when it came to money. Now then, for your long-awaited pay. Looking at the paycheck, our combined earnings were more than enough to pay for the rice stalks. Well, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything.
お世話になりました。
Me too. Let's meet next month on the 23rd then, eh?
Hi.
Yes. Okay, no. The event is on the 23rd. So she'll already be gone by then. We stored our money safely at home first, then returned to the beach for a swim.
余ったら私の分はユウタさんに渡しますね。
Huh?
今のところ私には必要のないものですから。
You'll have no need for any money in the future either, except for funding the... Hang on, no, you have a need for money. It's just you have no need for work because you already have enough money. It's just I still don't get. I don't get it. I still don't get why working counted to the $1,000 that they needed. But still.
例のものの購入資金に足しておいてください。
That thing. Oh, right. She had made a big deal about it. That necessary thing for when she returned from her world. Well, if you say so. A big collection of smut. I nodded. I'll put it away in a box, so that I don't spend it on anything. I don't spend it on anything.
そうしてください。それにしても、お金のことばかりでなく、今回のお仕事は自分にとって収穫だったように思います。
I glanced over and gave her an inquisitive look.
あなたの元に嫁いで人間になるわけですからね。その心構えの一助になったというか。
I guess?
時計塔公園の占い師の女性。あの人の気持ちというか、置かれた立場も今ならもっとよく理解できるような気がします。
If you're going to be comparing the job of a waitress to the job of a fortune teller. You've first of all, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Second of all, you're comparing apples to oranges. So,
なんというか、私には苦労がありませんからね。
it still is. It still is hardships.
そうであればこそ、綺麗事も口にできるわけです。けれど、普通の人間は。
Like, okay, look, she stressed a bit about the whole, like, no one actually goes to the shrine that her family owns or whatever, technically owns, that where they get their powers from people worshipping at that shrine or whatever. And then she solved that quickly, fairly quickly, by going to Carnaby Ward and well, first of all, Yuta went to Yuna's dad and was like, why is the rope broken? And then he's like, well, there's an event that happens every year and it's in Carnaby Ward, and then they go to Carnaby Ward, and it's not like they needed to convince anyone really that much. It's like they were all pretty apprehensive about it. You just needed to push them in the right direction. And then they had the money problems, and that was solved pretty quickly. It's like, you can talk about hardships all you want, but I don't think you've been choked out by a salaryman. Because you scammed them. Yeah, I suppose. Crime aside, humans unfortunately had to dirty their hands on occasion. But goddesses like Yorihime were immaculate and pure. Stop saying pure. Yorihime is far from pure. And that was why she was so enchanting. She looks pure. Everyone thinks she's pure. Yuta, you should know better. But at times that purity could be downright blinding.
ですから。
She smiled mischievously and took my hand.
晴れて夫婦になった暁には苦労をかけるかもしれませんからね。覚悟していてください。
Look, all I'm saying is the most hardships you gave him was the one in between his legs. Does that? I don't think that makes sense. The most hardships you gave him was when he couldn't walk after whatever, the first hate scene. What happened? Be gentle with me. Nine 1. Sunday was the first day of September, so it kind of felt like we got a bonus day of summer break. But we had things we needed to do.
こんにちは。
Hi. Oh, a lunchbox. Yeah, they're going to Carnaby Ward. And then she's gonna tell all of them that she's leaving. Be like, bye, bitch. I never liked you anyways. Suck it.
また作ってきました。すぐに帰るのも世話しないですし。
All that money I told you I was gonna make to buy all the materials for that rope. I'm using all that money for a plane ticket out of here. And then, never mind. Whoa, I can't wait. We'd been eating leftovers at Hamadaya almost every day. That might have been the hardest part of working there. Yeah, because it wasn't Yorihime's cooking that you were eating. It was yours and Hamada's cooking that you were eating. We were visiting Carnaby Ward for the first time in ages. Our objective was to hand over the money. It would have been easier to wire it over, but this way we also got to say hi.
今日は久しぶりということもありますし、特別豪勢なお弁当にしました。
Can't wait. We were talking about it yesterday, hardships and stuff. Like cooking. The reason you're good at cooking isn't because you're a goddess, right?
ええ、食べさせたい人がいればこそ、私も練習しました。
Yeah.
それが何か？
It's just, I don't think we'll have any hardships.
とも限らないかもしれませんよ。
Even if there are, our joy is so much greater. Look, they might have hardships, but they probably won't be that bad. You know? Maybe. I can't see a world where their hardships would be that bad. I'd been thinking since we reunited, but Yorihime has such a divine personality. I'd been thinking so since we reunited. And that's not because of her race or anything. So from the outset, there wasn't much of a barrier between us.
嬉しさや喜びは倍に、悲しさや辛さは半分にと言いますものね。
Well, yeah, it's not because she's a goddess that she's quote-unquote pure. It's because of how she was raised. Raised on smut. Never mind. Yeah.
だったら私たちも意外と普通のカップルだったということなのでしょうね。
Once you get rid of the shoal, you'll be more of a normal couple. Exactly. And as was routine, the arrival at the last stop woke us up. We contacted them beforehand, so Takamura and Kanamatsu, the leader, waited for us at the bridge. It's been a while. I don't remember what voices I gave them. Oh, a long time no see. Yeah, it has been a while.
ご無沙汰でした。
So you two were working at old Hamada's place, huh? Is she a friend of yours as well? Well, I haven't seen her in a while. She talks with my wife on the phone sometimes, though. Takamura chuckled awkwardly. She talks about her grandson a lot, and how much of a shitbag he is.
23日は浜田さんもいらっしゃるとのことでした。
Right. Well, the more the merrier. I'm still confused on if Yorihime will be leaving soon, or she'll be staying until the 23rd. We bought all the fresh stalks all we needed, and there's a receipt. Oh, it's Kanamatsu. I was confused as to why they were talking about the stalks when they literally just said that they were giving the Kanami ward all of the money needed. But it's because it's fucking Kanamatsu. I took the paper, pulled out the same amount of cash, and handed it over. It's all here. Fuck, I don't know. Because Takamura is like, something like this, right? And then Kanamatsu was like, something, I don't know. Do we make the Shimenawa on the day? Yeah, we make a big area, so I think it was more strained. My voice was more strained when I said his lines. We need to make a big area, so we'll make it here, and then all lug it up to the peak. Why wouldn't you make it at the base of the mountain at least? So you don't have to carry it over the bridge. That's the laborer's part. Apparently, that was the primary reason they had stopped doing it. After all, it was a massive object, over 100 kilograms. Just thinking about it made me tired. And that's why I'm saying, you take the rock and move it somewhere else. At the bottom of the mountain. It shouldn't be that hard with Yorihime's powers. But then again, we haven't really seen her use her powers to make objects lighter. But we haven't seen her not we won't know until we try, you know? Well, we've already decided, so all we gotta do is hit the pedal to the metal. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, see you two around on the 23rd. Yeah.
Hi.
I definitely strained my voice. We ate our lunch and returned to the foot of the bridge.
ゆうたさん、昨日も言いました。例のものについてなのですが。
Yeah. Yorihime suddenly turned around and started across the bridge. I followed. She stopped right in the middle.
この勘渡り川。この川が女神にとって大事な意味を持つという話、覚えていますでしょうか？
No. I mean, oh, yeah, I remember. That was the day we climbed the mountain together. Yeah, when you climbed without water or anything, any equipment. You're not fucking... It's not like you're actually climbing the mountain, you're just hiking. This Kami Cross River, it was an important meaning to the goddesses. Please do not forget that, okay?
カンナビ岳を目印に降り立ってこの川を渡るというのは通常の手続きにおいてもそうですが、そうした事情はお嫁入りの時にも変わりありません。
So you're telling us that you've already decided where you're getting married?
ですから私はここを通って戻ってきます。あなたのもとに。
I nodded. I see that would make it an important place. When is that? In a year?
あちら側に桜が植わっています。今はもちろん緑色をしていますが、
She pointed across the river.
その桜が満開になる頃です。
Kind of vague.
でも大丈夫です。私たちは絆で結ばれています。その日が来れば、ゆうたさんはきっとわかるでしょう。
Hearing her say that rekindled my faith in her.
そして橋を渡りきったとき、私は本当に生まれ変わる。
We returned to the side of the river we started on.
では必要なものですが、実はただの衣装です。
Clothing?
だってお嫁入りですからね。
What? Oh, I see. In that case, I couldn't just come here in jeans and a t-shirt.
そういうわけでよろしくお願いしますね。
Okay, so they're gonna get married a year later. I was gonna say, like, if you're already planning to do it, you got a few days before she leaves to set up your vows and suit. Yeah, I'll work hard while you're gone, and buy the best one I can find.
楽しみにしています。
Well, the best one you can find won't be one you'll find. It'll be one that'll be tailored for you. So, you'll find the best tailor in your budget. Which is like, probably $200? 2. Our more or less fun summer break was over, and the new semester had begun.
学校も久しぶりだとなんだかちょっとだるいわね。
お嬢様、淑女があくびなぞ褒められたものではありませんぞ。
うるさいコウモリね。
But like, what the fuck were these guys doing the whole time? I mean, I understand that they don't really do shit. that the other girls don't really do shit with Yuta during the route, especially during summer break in said route. But like, you know, I'm just curious is all. Basically, half the class seemed to relate, having been out of school for a month. Yorihime and I were the only ones who were alert and energized. And maybe you-chan. We had stayed diligent and kept the schedule over summer. Because you three had work.
恐れながらこちらの生活はお嬢様を堕落させまする。そろそろ城に帰られた方がよろしいかと。
なんでよ、嫌よ。帰っちゃうの？
ゆうた氏のお相手が決まった以上、こちらに残る必要もありませぬからな。
Damn.
ああ。必要はなくても理由はあるわよ。
一体どんな理由で？
だって楽しいじゃない。うるさいお父様もいないことだし。
Wait, what? Hang on, I need to see that again. Oh, right. I thought she was suggesting to go back home, but obviously she doesn't want to go home because the whole reason she's here is because she didn't really get approval from her dad, did she? That's why he showed up in the common route.
だから卒業まではいるわよ。少なくともね。
And then if it's gonna be like in Karen's route, you're gonna be here longer than then you're gonna be here longer than graduation.
なんとまだ1年以上もあります
が。わかってるわよ。あなた方も同じでしょ？
ならよかった。せっかくだもん。できるだけ一緒にいたいよね。
ええ。
でも頼姫さんは一足先に卒業だね。
ええ。そのことを思うとちょっと寂しくもありますが。
Yeah, she didn't really have a reason to stay here after she graduated in Karen's route, other than because it was fun. I think that's the reason why, because she got to spend time with the other... It's not... The other girls, I guess. Yorihime would wait until graduation, then be heading home. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But, like, that's... Okay, no, I understand what... Wait a minute. Because the summer break starts a new semester. She hasn't graduated yet, obviously. Which means that she's gonna have to go through a whole semester before she graduates. Which means that she'll graduate after the festival. The event. So then next year, she'll come back after the second event. But I thought she said that she would be back next year to do the event. I'm getting my shit mixed up, aren't I? And that was for a full year. That year until we reunite, it really did seem long. We hung around school, chatting with people we hadn't seen all summer, then Yorihime and I left together. Wow. How was school after the long break?
ええ、皆さんだいぶ1学期に比べると進路のことで頭がいっぱいのようでした。
Well, it is the last semester, that makes sense. Yeah, senior year of high school is like that, I guess. It was vastly different from the recent Erage or whatever that second years talked about. Or was that only me and my friends? That was only you and your friends.
ゆうたさんは進学ですか？
I plan on it, yeah.
では私が1年遅れになりますから次は同じ学年になれますね。
Wait, So then she is going before she graduates. Because if she doesn't graduate, she'll still be in the third. I don't know what this. I am confused. Yeah. I needed to make sure I didn't fail the exams. My parents were spurring me on at least. A whole year without you is gonna feel like forever. I mean, you lasted without Karen, and she's definitely a bigger presence in her route than Yorihime would be. No. She's a bigger presence overall, but in Yuta's eyes, Yorihime would probably be an even bigger presence in her route than Karen was in her route. I don't know. You get what I mean? Like, they have spent ungodly amounts of time together compared to Karen, I think. I don't know. I sighed as I spoke. But I guess I'll be swamped with studying and work.
たった1年間ですよ。
Only, seriously.
だって私はもっと長いこと待ちましたからね。ですから、そう断言できます。
Huh?
ゆうたさんが忘れてしまっても、私はちぎりのことを思わない日はありませんでした。
Oh, right.
ちぎりの日から元服を迎えるまでの長かったこと。
Yeah.
だから本当、1年などあっという間ですよ。
I don't think that's how it works. Look, I understand what she means, right? She's waited a whole however many years in her world before she was old enough to go to Yuta's world, and obviously she remembered the pact and he didn't, so he didn't really care about Yorihime. But like, you only spent like a few minutes together the first time. You get what I mean? So the feeling of missing them, I guess would be the word, is going to be a lot stronger this time around because you've been together for months on end. Essentially been together every day for 2 months straight at least. So, you know, it's gonna feel like a slog, realistically. Yeah, it will. I don't think so. 9:23. Ah, shit. They skipped over my favorite year. I mean, fuck. They skipped over my favorite day. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but if you've seen my streams, you could probably guess which day I'm referring to. It's September 23rd, Autumn Equinox Day. Equinox. I woke up early and ate a big breakfast, then went out to meet her at the appointed time.
おはようございます。
So at least they're doing the event this year, but like I said, I thought Yorihime promised Hamada that she would do the event next year as well. I don't know. Maybe it was worded wrong. Maybe it was translated wrong. Morning. Her face had a hint of nervousness. Oh, you're gonna wear those clothes? You're gonna wear those clothes?
ええ、いよいよですからね。清掃で臨みませんと。
Yeah, that makes sense. We weren't talkative, despite this being the day we worked for. I estimated about 20 people standing near the bridge. Once we got close, everyone admired us with wide eyes, even though Yorihime was the only one dressed up out of the two. Yori, those clothes.
これは私の神社の清掃なんです。
Oh. Well, it's nice. But you're gonna climb in that? She'll be fine. Well, maybe not. You can't really use her powers in front of people. It looks like that part had slipped our mind. It was fine when it was the two of us, when it was just the two of us before. She paused for a few moments before finally speaking.
しめ縄作りが終わったら、申し訳ありませんが、私、先に行かせてもらいます。
Okay, well, I guess that's a good way to use your powers without being seen by anyone. What? Alone? To the top?
Hi.
Isn't that dangerous? How? Well, in that case, Yurta should go with her. Oh, yes, I will do that. In his head is like it's like, thank God I don't have to lug up that heavy ass fucking rope all the way up the mountain. I get to spend time with my wife instead of that piece of shit. Instead of these fucking pieces of shit. Everyone was okay with the plan, as long as I went. Been a while, eh? Wow, those clothes are so pretty on you. But Hamada, are you gonna be okay? Whatever do you mean? Takamura explained his concerns. She's got a bad heart. I was just wondering if hiking up there... I'm fine. I'm actually a mountain goat, you know. Mountain girl, you know. I think you're well past a girl. Sheesh. There's no getting through to you. Will you really be okay? I asked again, adding to the concern. Yeah, it's been ages, right? I want to see it. With these old peepers, the new Shimenawa draped around the monument, which is a big rock, just like SpongeBob says. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. That's why I've kept calling it a rock instead of a boulder. It's not a never mind. Hearing her say it like that, I couldn't agree anymore. I couldn't argue anymore. It was a massive rope weighing over 100 kilograms, but with Yurahime's guidance, the work went smoothly. You're a lifesaver. We'd all forgotten how to make it. It took about 3 hours to make, and after a quick lunch, the villagers had prepared. Yikes! It took about 3 hours to make, and after a quick lunch, the villagers had prepared. It was time to depart. Alrighty. People lined up on both sides of the massive rope and hoisted it up on their shoulders. So, sorry we can't help. Why's that? You did your part, busting your butt at Hamadaya. You could say that again. Yeah, but she also did that, and now she's carrying the rope, and made it was part of the making process. After saying our temporary goodbyes, Yorihime and I started up the mountain. 3 months had passed since we first climbed up. Phew. The weather was pleasant before, but it was boiling today. I was sweating bullets already, and I also forgot my bottle of water again.
一人涼しい顔をしているのが、なんだか申し訳ないくらいです。
Well, I'm fine with it. I turned to look back. I couldn't see them, but I could sense them approaching. Carrying that while hiking's gonna be hard.
浜田屋のおばあちゃんも言っていましたが、これを機に本当に復活してくれるといいのですが。
But Hara said it like this. Well, I guess we have nothing to worry about. Not with you at the helm, Yori. So, shouldn't you just keep doing it? Well, you're gone next year, I guess. Okay, so they do acknowledge it.
私はもう後悔するわけですし。
Was that in any way relevant? I was trying to think of an appropriate follow-up, but my breathing was heavy, and I couldn't think straight. Before I knew it, we've reached the summit. Made it.
お疲れ様でした。
Phew. I wiped my neck and face with a towel. As usual, I was thoroughly unprepared, but Yorihime had a towel for me. Look, I gave you the benefit of the doubt last time because you didn't really understand how long a 1 kilometer hike actually was. This time, not so much. You understood exactly how hard it would be to hike up the mountain, and you were still unprepared. What is wrong with you? We faced the monument. It went without saying, really, but it looked just the same as we had left it before. Here, that magnificent... The one we made ourselves, the Shimenawa, is going to be tied around it. As I gazed at it, all the events leading up to this surged forth. Convincing the villagers, collecting donations in front of the station, and getting my first job to earn money for the materials. At first, I was just going along with it because of the girl I had a crush on. But that wasn't my only reason. It also meant a lot to me now. So this monument is a beacon, and as long as this is present, the next goddess can come here.
Hi.
And that would give Yorihime the peace of mind to marry me. I'm gonna go help carry the rope.
はい。頑張ってください。
I've reached the top with her, so I came to help. Oh, good timing. We've been going in shifts, but haven't made much progress. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they're only like 10 meters up the mountain. they had to say the distance. We were about halfway there, but everyone was heaving and panting. But before that, what? Takeda? Wait, Takeda pointed his chin off to the side. I turned to that direction and saw Hamada chalk white and holding her chest. What? Are you okay? Oh, yeah. I drank some gas just before. Galaxy gas? What? Nitroglycerin, right? You'll be laughing till the day you die. Sheesh. What? I was joking, bro. If you don't know, galaxy gas is laughing gas, which is nitroglycerin. Now, the reason that galaxy gas is a meme is because people, to get high, started using laughing gas. And then it got popular enough to the point where someone made a brand selling flavored laughing gas and called it Galaxy Gas. I fucking hate that. Oh. No matter how light you are, Granny, you can't just hike up a mountain. That's why I told you to turn back while you still could. I said I'm fine. Her mouth said as much, but she seemed to be struggling. You should head back. I'll go with you. I tried to push the issue, but Hamada stubbornly shook her head. Our pace had been cut by a third, but we finally reached the summit with the rope in hand. Everyone was thoroughly exhausted, but I was too concerned about our sick old lady. We all rested for about 30 minutes, then finally got up to change out the old split rope.
あら?
Everyone stood up, but there was still one person sitting.
大丈夫ですか?
Hey, I can see it from here. Like pirates. We might need to call an emergency rescue. I wonder how much that'll cost. But if she dies, it'll be a tragedy. The villagers were whispering among themselves. Anyway, let's just get it done. We stripped off the old rope, and after some huffing and puffing, we pulled the new rope over the rock. Phew. Honestly speaking, I thought it'd be a lot more vibrant than that. I'm kind of disappointed in how not green it is. I mean, it's green. I know it's still green, but like I was thinking like a more saturated looking green, you know? I know this is meant to be a whole triumphant thing because they finally got the rope. They finally made the rope again. They did the whole event thing. They put the new rope onto the rock, and then blah blah blah. But like, I was thinking like a deep green, you know, the grass kind of green. I know it's rice stalks, but like, still, you know, restoring to its former glory. It really is a moving sight. Restoring it to its former glory. I wasn't expecting this like pastel fucking green, you know. Yurahime's eyes glistened with tears. Elation warmed my chest as well. That day I almost reacted instinctively. Cold tears streamed down her face on that day, but today we were warm. Today they were warm. A release of sadness, paving the way to great joy. I wondered if that's what I was becoming for Yorihime. Sorry, you mind speaking up there? I couldn't hear you over the sound of the loud ass music that's been playing over the... Like, why is it so fucking loud? Just, you know, put this down a bit. You know, maybe 20 is good. What did you say again? Oh, now I heard it. Now I heard you. Link? Right. Let's return soon. Hamada's worrying me. Yeah. And just then, I heard painful groaning. Then the sound of someone collapsing onto the gravel. Hamada! I'm fucking dying! Like my voice. She lay on her side, clutching her chest and fumbling fingertips. Her face was tinged with a sickly pallor? I don't know how to say that word. And dense beads of sweat sat on her forehead. Get a phone. Get a phone. We're not getting any service out here. That doesn't make sense. You're on a fucking mountain. You should be getting more service, if anything. Oh, right. What do we do? We have no choice. We'll have to carry her by her arms and legs. Yeah. Would we make it in time? Looking at her again, each second seemed critical. Yeah, so all that worrying about her exposing her powers, looks like she'll have to do it anyway. Oh, what? Oh, Hawa, not Waha, the different way around. Alright. Hirahime squatted down a bit, and faced away from me. Help me. But hurry. I shouted in the urgency in my voice made everyone follow along silently. I grasped the dying woman in my arms and cautiously draped her over Yorihime.
では病院に連れて行きます。
We're counting on you. Yorihime faced the monument. Hey, where are you? That's... She leapt off the summit, just like that, and everyone was absolutely nonplussed. It's gonna be okay. What is she? Who? They watched her figure slowly disappear in the distant sky. I mean, I guess that's one way to make an exit. I thought she was gonna continue going down the mountain at least. I thought she was gonna go down the mountain trail at least.